Hello class, this is my video for chapter 8, decision making. I chose the first two questions. The first question says, defend the perspective that the first step in the five-step decision making model is the most important. It is the most important. Why? Because if there's no problem, how are you going to accomplish a solution? So for me, knowing the problem, defining the problem, which is the first step, it's crucial. Like, there's no solution if there's no problem. So I do think the first step needs to be, known, research. What is the problem? How was this problem created? How are we going to solve the problem? Are the other steps of the decision making? So I do believe that because of that reason, in order to have a solution, we have to have a problem. So that's my reasoning behind thinking that the first step of decision making is the most important. So knowing what you're looking for, what you're going to do, identifying the issue, and obviously at the end you're going to have a result or a resolution. But the first step is definitely the most important. So that's one. And then I chose two. And what types of work situation would satisficing be appropriate? Is it possible? I'm sorry. There's at least three occupations or industry where satisficing would not be an appropriate strategy for decision making. So, what is satisficing decisions? Satisficing decisions are solutions that aim for acceptable results rather than for best or optimal ones. That's based on our book, Net 2020. So basically, is making a fast decision that's probably not gonna make a big chaos, or it's not gonna cause a big problem if you didn't make a right one. The book did give an example of just choosing a gum that maybe looks great but it doesn't taste so great. Doesn't matter. Like, you can just if you bought a pack, you don't like it, you throw it away, you buy another one. So it's no big deal. It probably cost you like $2. So things like that, like little decisions to make that you're making them pretty quick, or you're making them based on what you're seeing, things like that, small things. So uh where would it be appropriate and not appropriate? So the example that I have for this is, for me, what would be appropriate in like the business world would be maybe like at a grocery store. Like, let's say if you put the fruits in the back, or the fruits in the front, or the vegetables in the back or the front, is that gonna make a difference? Yes, it may make a difference, maybe like in sales, but it's not a detrimental difference. If you feel like it doesn't work, put it on another part of the grocery store next week. So yes, it can be, satisficing decision can be used in something like that. So like grocery stores, retail stores, um, maybe even restaurants, even though that depending on the situation. Um, for example, what you're going to put on the menu, or what kind of, let's say you're going to have, what kind of lunch special you're going to have. So little things like that can be done in those fields. The fields that it cannot be done in is in health. Why? Because now this is someone's life. This is someone's health that you can potentially affect forever. So places where satisficing decisions will not be good, or would not be appropriate strategy for decision making, would be like a dentist. So which tooth are you going to pull out? You have to be careful with that. Plastic surgeon, you need to make sure that that's the correct patient, and you can't do those type of decisions. And one more that I feel like is important is like in the school setting. So like if you're a principal, you have to give thought about decisions that you're going to make. So those are my three occupations that I think would not benefit from satisficing decisions. And like I mentioned previously, the three that I do think would be something like retail, grocery store, restaurants, things like that. So that's it for me today. You guys have a good night.